Oh. Stream is up. Somehow managed to do that very, very quickly. I don't know how. Okay. Going to very quickly turn on live chat widget. Very nice. Question of the day. What is your favorite way to relax? Boom bam. Okay, let's go. Damn, I'm quick. All of a sudden. Oh, what is this lag, dude? Hello, TGM. I am surprised you caught wind of the stream so early. Probably that your notifications work. This thing has the health of an infected wolf spider. Did you get my post about the way emitter? I did not. What is the intel I am missing? The top secret information. 10 black ox beetle parts and 5 boiling glands. Nice. Cat, that was not an invite. What are we on about? That is not a bad amount. Which, honestly, guess my quote. I got zero clue. That's not what I want. And now I have become Death, Destroyer of Yards. I know that's a reference to something. I just don't know what. Oh, what is that a reference to? I know Mortal Kombat had Noob Saibot say that, but I'm almost positive Noob Saibot was referring to the reference, and not the other way around. Watched Oppenheimer last night. That makes a bit more sense. So that's where Noob Saibot got it from. Need 2 more of those. Mushroom chunks, I don't need more of them. Yeah. I've become... Isn't it? Yeah, it is. Never mind. I was about to say, isn't it? I was about to go on something autistic, but yeah, that is the quote. I have become Death, Destroyer of Worlds. Got 2 more of these. I am going to grab a 3rd, just to confirm. Yep. Okay. I could go ahead and grab some clay. I do want, whatchamacallit, pollen. I want lots and lots of pollen. What for, you might ask? The answer is quite simple. I want Shinobi Sneeze. Because I need to craft a bunch of those for a self-imposed challenge that I don't have to complete, but I want to complete. Select it. That's one more. As Pete once said, one more down. I'm confused, dude. If this were grounded too, that would have seen me ages ago. I might have set off a Z-bone crafted via waft emitter. Yeah, good luck. Because that is gonna be... The bombardiers are far from any concern. It's the ox beetles, and more so how long they take, that's the issue. I love Rock Cracker. It's so good. What are you? What is this? Nice try. I'm a little too swift for you. Run. Collect all the rocks. Oh, that's an infused knight. Okay. Blow up, please. Oh, hit. You're up above. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna be doing peaceful grinding until day 250. That's what I've decided. After that, we're gonna go a bit more intense on some things. Gameplay-wise. Do not clear this room of this, or maybe they've just respawned. Who knows? Man, I wish the dodging... I miss the dodging mechanic from Grounded 2. That's how you know a mechanic's good. When you're missing it. You miss existence without it. It is a good mechanic. Not bad. That's about 2 Widow raids. From 1 raid, yeah. I'm pretty sure an infected wolf spider gives 2,500. It could just be 2,000. Which, I mean, kind of crazy. Infected wolfies are strong, though. So, it makes sense. I don't think there's anything infused down here. There's nothing down there. Okay, we're just autistic, dude. How many Black Ox Beetle how many Black Ox Beetles is 10 parts alone? I don't know, actually. I know 2 ox parts is... I know 3 ox parts is 3 beetles, but 4 is like 5. So if I had to guess, you're probably dealing with 12 to 14 ox beetles, would be my guess. You're dealing with 11 at least. And they give about 250 per kill. What about the 5 boiling glands? I don't know why YouTube is being like, boiling gland, that's an inappropriate no-no word. It's kind of dumb. But, boiling gland. I'm pretty sure a boiling gland would be 2 to 3 bombardiers. We'll say 2, and we'll call 2 of them 5. So 2 times 5 times 5. That should be about 25 bombardiers, maybe. If my math ain't wrong on that. 25 seems a bit high. We'll go the game doesn't know how to use tufts correctly. I would say about 18 to 25 of them, give or take. How many... Does that sound like how many you fought, or... Are there more? Or were there just way less? Because the waft emitter has a very goofy thing. Yes, each part summons a set amount, but then there's also a set amount that's allowed to actually spawn in the raid. Which is the exact reason that using 10 B parts and 15 B parts, or fuzz, sorry. 10 B fuzz and 15 B fuzz is the same exact thing on a waft emitter. Which is stupid. It shouldn't be that way, but it is. Where is this thing of gum? Is it right here? Yeah, there it is. I'm gonna leave you. I don't want you becoming infused. That would make this area a disaster every time I go. And I don't want that. I never knew bombardiers made that noise. Huh. It's kinda strange. Oh, that's disastrous. An infused bee. W's. W's. They got stuck on each other. I kinda created the infinite bombardier parts farm by accident. Nah, that's what it's supposed to be. The only parts you actually lose out on in terms of raids are wolf spider fangs. That's assuming you go many at once. If you only use one wolf spider fang, you actually do still lose because sometimes you only get venom. You also get spider parts too, so that does actually kind of suck. The only things you actually lose in a raid are spider fangs, spider chunks, and termite king carapace. Otherwise, it's just flat gaining every single time. Stonks. It just takes a while. Perfect. That. Use that to harvest the rust. Also, if you're curious what the best farm for glue is, since repair glue is very much needed, at least in WoW, the best way to farm repair glue would be roly-poly waft emitter raids. You're gonna use Sticky Fingers and Rascal Rogue, combined with Dissection Expert. But, if you want to upgrade resources, then the best glue raid now becomes Ox Beetles because you can get horns and Ox Beetle parts at the same time. I maybe made the Leprechaun build, Lucky Hat, Termite Armor, Fire Ant, Leg Plates. I don't know if it's broken in Mascus mode. It's kinda mid in Mascus mode, I'm not gonna lie. I had the same setup, but I didn't use Termite Armor. I just used another Fire Ant piece. Since Termite Armor, first off, it's light, which makes you one-tappable to a good, like, half the cast, which is incredibly dumb. But second off, it actually throws me off. I actually don't like the Termite chestplate because I'm so used to the quick timings over the slow ones. But it's, like, alright. It's okay. It's really not noticeably better than just Fire Ant unless you go full spec into damage. We're gonna go clay. No pebblets. Cool. Got both of them down. It's good, don't get me wrong, it's just, it's not broken. Believe me, I used the build to farm Ox Beetles because the cards were taking feckin' forever. I think I needed to kill like 230 Ox Beetles to get the gold card, which isn't that bad considering my statistical average of around 200 to 300 cards per kill. And no, I'm not joking about that metric either. It actually takes me on average 200 to 300 to get a gold card. It's so dumb. I hate it. Anywho. Okay, we don't need more mushrooms now. Good. Because I don't like grinding for that. I'm gonna make more mushroom slurry. via toadstool chunks. If you want to know the actual most broken build on Maskus mode, and trust me when I say it, it's broken, but it is maximum skill required. Pre-New Game Plus, you're gonna go Barbarian, Club of the Mother Demon, upgraded to whatever the max level is, unless you have Fresh, in which case you want Mint Mace. And then you're gonna go ahead, use Koi Scale Armor. And then you're gonna use the Entomologist Badge whenever you're not walking. 109 Bombardier parts and 14 Ox Horns alone from the raid. I assume you're using the Lucky Hat because those kind of metrics are not possible otherwise. Yes, yeah, figured. Using a stuffed Ox Beetle and Dissection Expert too. Plus Sticky Fingers, and Rascal Rogue. Because otherwise you got pretty lucky with that, I'm not gonna lie. How much more rope do I need? Ooh, okay. Hadn't tested that yet? Okay. So you got relatively lucky. Not unfathomably unlucky. Or sorry, lucky. Not unlucky. But that's still pretty lucky to get 14 horns from what is approximately 18 Ox Beetles. It's like a 60% net rate. Okay, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, that's one stack. We'll go, should go to 26, 29, 34, no, we take away one. Alright, we're at 21 here. Yeah, we're at 21. What would that not mean? Yeah, it would be 34. I should test the max loot luck for Black Ox Beetle so I can try to break the matrix. Yeah. If you want max loot luck, Sleek Leprechaun Hat, obviously, or Lucky Hat. Sorry. My bad. Right, yeah. The Lucky Hat. It's not a leprechaun hat, guys. I believe Sticky Fingers would be good as well. Sticky Fingers is gonna be necessary. Phase 3 of whatchamacallit. Rascal Rogue. Dissection Expert. That's 3, I think, so far. And then you're gonna want to rub the stuffed Ox Beetle. What else am I missing? Nothing, I think. You should have 5 independent buffs. This, Sticky Fingers, Leprechaun Hat, and, whatever stuffed creature you're trying to farm. Which, by the way, that kind of loot luck is the type of shit that gets you 6 aphid meat per kill on average. I'm in base game. I got phase 2 on Rascal Rogue. You don't actually need higher phases on Rascal Rogue. It just increases the likelihood of you to steal per hit. So if you notice, hey, I'm gonna kill this Ox Beetle before I actually steal, just put on a shield and switch to your fists until you steal 2 items. Because Rascal Rogue does not improve the likelihood of you actually stealing a good item, it just improves the likelihood of you actually stealing an item. Right? Which is independent. go to the sandbox now. Hi all. Hello, King Mant. Hope you are doing well. Damn. It's two of them. I'm doing more mindless grinding today, and I will be doing so until day 250. Just need one more crit damage, and I'm using Guard Dog Phase 1. That's fair. Sorry I'm late, I was doing stuff. Hey, don't sweat it. Do not sweat it, man. It's not that deep. You did not miss much. That's terrible. That's so terrible. What am I doing, man? Can't remember where we were at. I think we're at 26. So I'm gonna cut down 3 more. I think we need. Okay, let me see. Does that cover everything? It does. Okay. We're gonna craft one more Shinobi Sneeze. Boom. Great. So that's just another thing of Shinobi Sneeze. Completely done. I need 7 more, so 7 times 3, that's 21. I need 21 more pollen in order to max out one of the most annoying items to craft in the game. Shinobi Sneeze. Luckily my voice is back today. Yesterday, I don't know what happened, but like, my voice box was just, it was in agony yesterday. I don't know what happened. It just did not feel right. Toadstools, let's go! Never used it, to be honest. Never used... Oh, Shinobi Sneeze. Yeah. It is kind of mid, I'm not gonna lie. There is one scenario it's useful for. Sorry, 2. It's useful for the Black Widow den in the middle and nowhere near the shed. Not the one in the undershed, the one that you have to break open with a bomb. It's useful in there, and it's useful for the Brony Boy bin on WoW to sneak in, steal that Milk Muller and Whittling as well. That's it. Otherwise, I just would not recommend using it. Good thing of you. Actually got a decent amount of gum. I'm going to quickly grab the things in the sandbox. Alright. Black ants. What the? Oh. Don't do that. Do that. There we go. I do it the tougher way. Yeah. Sights and Wonders, Haze 4 to 5. That is the Haze Lab. If you're wondering where 3 is the exposed pipe that you use to enter the haze. So does the hedge, it's also 3. That is the Fizzam cam that holds the Scabby. You know where the Flingman disc is? It's pretty much directly under that on the ground. There should be an orb weaver next to a giant twig there. Again, for Haze 4 and 5, that's going to be the Haze Lab and the exposed pipe. No, I'm not gonna break you. I learned my lesson from last time. Yeah, it's near the ledge and orb weavers. Bye-bye. Can I move at normal speed, please? Why are you just walking? Are you not supposed to be burrowing? Yeah, they are. Thank you. Thanks, but remember, we could theorize on some broken build. They're so freaking courageous. What are we on about? I haven't tested them yet. That's fair. Oh, why? Oh, why? Why are you a cookie sandwich and not a lucky coin? Sorry, leprechaun's loot. My bad. Also, why is it the lucky hat and leprechaun's loot and not the other way around? Lucky coin and leprechaun's hat. Why? Who did this? Who did this? And why? Why is there a red ant in the sandbox? Hello? I actually need your cookie sandwich bit. Come on, break in one hit. Yes! W's. I don't know if you're infused or not. You're not. That's also a W's. Come on. No! Bye-bye. Person from Obsidian, I guess. Well. That is very fair. I'm actually going to grab all of these because that's not what I wanted to grab, but I'll grab it anyways. Yeah, I actually need the raw bits because I used a lot in order to craft the recipes for the ant queens. Move. But to answer your question on favorite way to relax, I will let you do that. It's good the events are in rotation for Grounded 1, yeah. Glad they still have that. I'll move. Yeah, I completely forgot to answer my own question. It's fruit punch and watching YouTube when I hit my limit of rage. That is completely fair. And fruit punch is definitely a vibe. Especially if it's homemade. My favorite way of relaxing. Honestly, laying in bed. I'll be back soon. Alright. See you when you get back, King Man. What am I hearing? What am I hearing? What is this? This is so cursed. Why is it all billy hogs? Girls, why are you shoving glizzies in your mouth? What is this? They're stomping over my glizzies. What is this? No. Delete all the hogs. We do not need them. Get them out. Because they're scary. Okay, I'm going to collect the pheromones here if I can. I can. Oh, black ant eggs too. That's blocked. Try to kill a separate ant queen. What are we doing? No, that doesn't cause you to do anything? I have 17k science points. I'm also grinding a little more than a single widow fang raid. Yeah, that's fair. You gave me more. W ant queen. Here, you can take your babies back. Nothing more? Am I gonna watch them spawn in? You're clearly trying to summon them. Well, if I go out of render and then go back in, will they be there then? I don't know, this is all still new to me. Why does that still have collision, dude? Why do some have collision and others don't? Can I jump on you? Can we ride the ant queen? We can! Onward, my queen! You're so adorable, man. I'm gonna leave. I'm going to come out the other way through the food room because unless putting meat in their mouth is their only hobby, then there should be apple bits there. What is this? That, I believe, is a billy hog. I don't want that. Literally putting meat in her mouth. Okay, we're in main entrance room. Now we're in food room. Why? Girls, you do realize that billy hogs are not the only thing that exists, right? I have cured my depression by doing an infinite raid on 2 beetles, black oxes, and bombardiers. Yeah. That was my rotation for Mascus mode, was to just constantly spamming 2 ox beetles at once. Damn, that does no damage to me. The only problem with mine was, it took literal... I don't want to talk about waft-emitter gold card grinding. I don't. Mascus mode was... It forever changed me. Because my luck was just... It was anything but. In what world do I have to consistently kill well over 600 creatures to get a gold card, and then kill almost 800 of another and still not get it? I killed at least 750 sickly pulleys and no gold card. Like, what are we doing here, man? Took 600 bees to get the bee card. It's a 1% chance of gold card on enemies. Yeah, that means on every 100 kill, you realistically should have the gold card. Not every 600. Which, by the... Oh my days, that voice crack was... By the way... That's terrible. But by the way, that constant gold card grind of having to waste hours and hours of my life going ahead killing well over 600 creatures on plenty occasions and still not getting the card was why I quit the first Mascus mode playthrough, and also why I didn't make gold cards a requirement for this one. It just completely ruined any amount of fun I had. That's why putting deadlines on yourself is just not a good idea. Because if it's too unreasonable like that on a difficulty this tough... the thing you gotta keep in mind was that playthrough was my first playthrough of Mascus mode, and now I'm forcing myself to get all the gold cards by day 100? Buddy, I haven't even proven I can beat the mode yet. What am I doing? Safe to say, I burnt out on Grounded. It's also why I took a long break afterwards as well. And just switched the whole 1 year, 1 world concept. I don't have to do this or that. I can play whenever I want. And how I want. That's the key. Why am I flying? It's also why I haven't burnt out yet, by the way, on Grounded 1. Sure, I've had my days where I'm like, okay, I kinda don't wanna play today, but you know what? I don't have to do anything crazy. I can just chill. But it's because I'm able to do whatever I want. I don't have any deadlines. It looks beatable in Mascus mode. Takes lots of skill and effort. If you're referring to 100% plus all gold cards, yeah, it's definitely beatable. I was able to get 90% of the cards by day 60. So, like, It's 100% doable. It's just a matter of, do you have the willpower? And had I gotten decent luck, not even good luck, decent luck, you know, a 200 kill average rather than a 400 kill average, I would have beaten it 100, like well over 100% first try, but I didn't. I got the literal worst possible luck you can on plenty occasions. I just spontaneously combusted at multiple points. I just had it. I had it up to here with the game. And when that happens, you just don't want to play anymore. If I had, as long as I wanted to take... Dude, I wouldn't even care if I had to kill like 100 termite kings. The legit way. If I would have gotten the cards on the 100th kill every time, yeah. You get the point. I'm rambling on a lot, but you get the point. Mascus mode's still piss easy, though. That will just never not be the case. Because, like, you gotta think. Mascus mode, I got so bored of WoW that I was just like, you know what? Mascus mode is my new medium mode. For the average player. The average player thinks medium mode is, I think Mascus mode is. Just because I got bored. This is what happens when you play a game for like 1,000 hours straight. You get bored of it. You gotta find something to make it enjoyable again. Another thing too, and this is what I really liked about Mascus mode, like pre-New Game Plus, and what I actually kind of miss about current Mascus mode and New Game Plus, is the food and water drain. I know, it's absolute hell. Could the water drain be a bit less? Absolutely. But managing your food, actually having to be like, okay, I have to constantly eat meals. I can't just go around the yard, never make food, and just eat the random mushroom here and there. I have to actually cook my own food. That is an experience that I love it. Because it forces you to actually think about, you know, okay, where is my next meal coming from? How am I going to manage? Which... again, puts a dynamic spin on the game that I don't get anywhere else. Why am I doing that? It's in food bits. I don't want recipes, dude. Actually, it'd be smarter if I just did this. Back now. I want somebody to say that I got absolutely addicted to Grounded and I have reached my freaking limit. I should really think about my decisions and what to do with my life. Goddamn. Back now. To be honest, I can't answer my favorite. Yeah. Yeah, what do you mean by that, TGM? Is this a call for help? I've reached my limit of gaming addiction and reached an SOS mental moment. Oof. Well, that ain't good. Let me think here. How often do you go on walks? Because, like, what I noticed, because I had the same problem in the summer within, like, the first month of Mascus mode, 1 year, 1 world, where I was just like, this is literally all I'm doing. I need to do something else productive. So what I did was I made a bit of a schedule and I was like, okay, let's follow it. Let me go to sleep at a certain point. Let me set a billion alarms that piss me off. Let me go on a walk every day. You know, just anything to sort of get you out of the house, if you will. Helps. I'm gonna take this one. I'm not gonna actually do that. If you want gaming advice, play Grounded 2 or Grounded twice a week. Yeah, that could help. Or if that's like too much of a jarring change, what you could do is what I'm doing. Play like one, because I assume it's gotten to the point where, you know, it's no life, which I'm honestly at that point right now, but what you could do is like only about an hour every day, just to sort of satiate, okay, I played Grounded today, but what did the blanket say when it fell off the bed? What? What did it say? Oh, shit. That's terrible. Why is that funny? Why is that funny? It's so simple. Why do I find that funny? Why do I find that funny? I also played Forts earlier and map didn't load the AI properly. No! That's terrible. Who am I? Where am I? And I accidentally used custom artillery to snipe 3 cores. I have no idea what that means. I'm not gonna lie. I assume it's something you're not supposed to do. I'm a noob at TF2. Experience is the remedy to all skill issues. Sometimes. Then yesterday, I forgot to mention I sniped a core with an EMP. How does that work? Ah, yes. Let me snipe you with a pulse. What? How does this work? What is this sorcery? It just... Oh, okay. It just fell apart. If I make a video on it, it might be out soon. Keep an eye. I'll explain it then. Fair enough. Gimme the toads of the stool. The stool of the toad. No, no, no. Not the stool of the toad. That's... Oh, that's disgusting. Hell no. Or you'll send it on Discord later. Fair enough. I feel like an old head right now, I can't lie. No. No. No! Is that accurate? Did I make an accurate noise, guys? Is this what mosquitoes be like? Only 2 pollen. Dude, what is this scam? I got 100% chance on pond moss. And spiny water flea by accident. Nice. Yeah, pond moss on, whatchamacallit. Pond moss on spiny water fleas will always be satisfying. I cannot lie. Oh, nah. Oh, nah. What in the... Oh, nah. Forget mosquitoes. This bombardier might be the fattest pest of them all. Nowhere near infused widowling level infuriating, though. I got super venom on my first Black Widow kill. This is not as lucky, but that's still pretty lucky, I guess. The chance of you getting that, I think, is about like a 50%, so... Oh, 2 super spider venom. Okay, now that is actually lucky. That is actually lucky. Real lucky. Goddamn. I think I've had that happen to me like once on my first kill throughout my grounded career, which should symbolize how rare it is. With 4 fang. Okay, dude. Like, did you have loot luck? Did you have any amount of loot luck? Because I refuse to believe that. I mean, I'm not gonna refuse to believe, but you get the point. Hyperbole. That's genuinely diabolical if you did not have loot luck. And that's why that thing's a pest. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. What just happened? That is the exact reason I did not want that bombardier aggroing, by the way. Because if they aggro in the grass, there is virtually nothing you can use. Or nothing you can do if it tries to kill. It's actually crazy. Lucky hat with dissection expert is too OP to not turn it off. Infused IBM. Let's be honest. Any infused IBM that has the shock modifier is just as bad as any other New Game Plus. Like, let's be real here. New Game Plus infused infected broodmother with the shock is like the worst thing to have ever come out of New Game Plus. Get out, dude. Oh, I finally got more than 2 on one. I would love to read chat, but there are these mosquitoes. I remember getting New Game Plus 3 Mantis with Venom and Shock at the same time. When was it? Because if that was like OG New Game Plus Mantis, I feel so sorry for you. If it's modern New Game Plus Mantis, then I'm like, okay, that's unlucky, but not the worst thing in the world. Shock and Sour would be definitely a lot worse, though. Oh my god, don't even get me started on that. Shock and Sour might be the worst combo ever. I cannot lie. I haven't put the haze chip to the... What? Oh, yeah. IBM with shower, shock, goddamn. Yeah, that is... Yeah. No joke, I reset the game. Can't go outside because it's winter. Put on winter gear. Put on boots, a jacket, or rather a winter coat. Just, it doesn't have to be long. It could just be a 10-minute walk, or like a walk around the block. Anything helps. Nah, do you want to know what my last Schmecter was? I genuinely don't know how I first tried him. High defense is easier than them. Too fresh isn't bad, but annoying. But shockwave, yeah. Nah. Ran low on winter clothes. Winter's trapping it. Oh. You have anybody you can call? Because, I mean, there's gotta be a store around here somewhere. Or better yet, you could take a cab and then buy clothes that way. Be expensive, but... Why? Or just save money, wait until spring returns. Yeah. If that's the case, then you could start doing, like, Pilates or something like that. I know that sounds stupid, but... like, just some amount of exercise. It would improve your mood, too. It's honestly kind of crazy how exercising is one of the most useful things to improve your mental state. One of the only ways to improve your mental state, too. Come on, we can parkour this. We take these? Fuck. We do not take these. Infused green shield bug got stuck in the floor near the Hayes field station. And free science. Yep. That's what they do. My first... Nah. My Schmecter kill in New Game Plus 3 was actually diabolical. Hold up, is that... It is! They've respawned! I got Implant, Weakness... Or, sorry, I got, Spicy Mage, Sour Mage, Shock, and Lifesteal. That was my Schmecter last New Game Plus, and I first tried him somehow. Plus, he stinks a lot. No pun intended. Yeah. I'm hearing the music right now and it's intense. What music? Your own music, or? Cause I ain't got any on. Science of Grounded. Ah. I don't remember which theme that is because I am very stupid, but... I'll trash those. Boom bam. Cookie sandwich bits. Okay. I don't know how many that is. I need 2 more. Nice. I finally... Oh my days. I finally have all the Shtobi stasis crafted. More grounded 2 out of greenhouse zone. Of knowledge? What? I'm not understanding anything that is happening, I can't lie. Oh, dude, move. Okay, we are going to take this W trinket. The quickness combined with sizzle immunity. Perhaps the best combo to ever exist. Gonna block that so that it doesn't slow me down. Which, by the way, the reason I sometimes just block with a one-hander instead of parrying is to not get slowed down. Because the amount of damage something deals is just not very much when you block the one-hander. The stun is high, though. And maybe a base redesign soon? Maybe live stream? I don't know yet. You never seen that? Ooh. In Oppenheimer, there's a music called Can You Hear the Music? And it grows intense and calms down near the end. Fair enough. Did I get all the charcoal? Check after. I was about to say I'm getting unlucky on drops, and then I just got a 4 and a 3. Back to back. That's genuinely wild. Yeah, I ought to make my own base at some point. I'm thinking of 2 spots. The earwig entrance. What's your science of grounded before masks mode? What do you mean by science of grounded? I can't even play chapter 3 on mobile, so my device doesn't support it. No. That's terrible. That is actually terrible, dude. Tragic. L Poppy playtime. You know what I could do? I could grind lint and pupa. Best chapter as well, yeah. I definitely... It's not my favorite chapter, but it definitely is the best chapter. The type of music that makes it intense, but Calms down. Okay. I'm still not getting it. Also noticed a theme with it. Huggy dies. To Mommy Longlegs dies. 3 Catnap dies. Yeah. Huggy and the doctor came back though. So did we. Alright. Also, one thing I only noticed after watching a speedrun of Poppy Playtime all chapters. I'll read your comment and then I'll explain. Kind of odd that we will most the protagonists in each chapter before chapter 5. So I have an Oppenheimer type of music for grounded myths and science. Interesting. Huggy for now is unknown. And Kissy Missy, yeah. Kissing Missy is a bit wild. Yeah, one thing I noticed when watching the speedrun is, you know the theme that plays when Huggy and Kissy reunite? That music is the same music that plays just before the first chase in chapter 1. The music when you get into the make a toy room. That's the music that plays when Kissy and Huggy reunite. Theme has been out for a long time. Yeah, I figured autocorrect happened. Noticed that theme. Yeah, I like it. I like the callback. It is quite literally the perfect returning theme they could have chosen, too. And then, of course, motherfucking Ollie. My god, Ollie, what are we doing? Why did we try to kill them both? When we reunite together, it's happy, but then sad. Yes. That's another strange thing I noticed. Like, with the reveals, in chapter 4, it was, oh my god, Ollie is the prototype. And then in chapter 5 was like, oh my god, the prototype is Ollie. Peak cinema. The sweetest reunion ends in a dark ending, yeah. I really, really hope they aren't dead. What's the science of Maskus mode for grounded? I don't know if there even is one. I don't think there is. There's no music related to grounded Maskus mode. I haven't set up a theme at all. Could do Hedgelord, I guess. For Hedgelord. I agree. Hope not as well. Oh, how intense. That makes a bit more sense. Masks mode, it ain't that hard. At least for me. To be fair, I am also one of the best players in the world. That's not glazed, that is an actual fact, which still baffles me. I can't lie. But I think the hardest part is learning how to manage water. Once you manage that, it's really not too difficult outside of Schmector. You just gotta take your time with it. It's not something you can rush. They need revenge on the prototype, yeah. Getting there, to be honest. I just don't play, which is fair. Yeah, Mascus mode, I personally find it easy. Just tedious. The doll with real eyes and teeth creeps me out. To be honest, I'm glad she's dead. Which one? What is Mask is mode. In New Game Plus 10. Yeah. Honestly, Mascus mode New Game Plus 10, I don't think it would be that difficult, if I'm gonna be honest. I know, that sounds wild, but I don't think it would be that difficult. The most difficult part would be the Wasp Queen and, the Wasp Queen, Director Schmector, and the Coltana defense. What is Mascus mode? Yeah. King Mance got it. Mascus mode. Oh. Well, Glitched Theories has started to respond to some comments I made earlier. Let's go. Okay, where am I at? I need a spicy staff. That's what I need. IBM's not that difficult on Mascus mode. Like, I don't think you realize the IBM is actually the second easiest boss on Mascus mode. New Game Plus. I'm not kidding. I am genuinely not kidding. She is the second easiest boss. Only the Broodmother's easier. Oh, what did I just witness? What did I just witness? If you don't know what you're doing sometimes. What do you mean? The IBM is the one of the only bosses that actually punishes you for not knowing what you're doing. And to be fair, you do need to have a really, really good understanding of cycles. No mini bosses and story bosses. My opinion is Mantis, Broodmother, IBM, Director. No mini bosses. That's a fair list. I'm actually kind of curious, because I've heard a lot of fluctuating opinions. Do we think that the regular Broodmother is harder than the regular Mantis? Like, base v base? Do we think Broodmother's above Mantis? Depends. That's fair. What should I name the test? 10 Beetle parts. Punishment or hell. Let's lock in and be creative. If it's old days, Mantis, yeah, 100% agree with you there. Dude, old OG Mantis was, oh my god. I actually got the luxury of playing with the Mantis when she first came out. And by luxury, I mean, I got the disaster of Because, oh my god, that thing is crazy, dude. In terms of what we should call it, I don't know, man. I saw videos of her, and oh my lord. Dude, pollen. Nah, dude. Your parries weren't parries. They were just, okay, block raw damage. That's it. You're still bleeding. You're still... The screen was unblockable. Like, I think it was, second video on this channel was beating the OG New Game 10 Mantis. Which, up until this point, I think is the hardest thing I've ever done. Like, New Game 10 OG Mantis upscales pretty much the entirety of Damascus mode. No diff. Then there's fucking pollen, dude. Like, what does she need pollen to slow and crash her game for? Like, it's just not necessary. Did the other one fall? Or, like, where is it? Probably, yeah. Again, I got the luxury of experiencing each and every stage of the Mantis. I know the transformations she's been through. I know what each and every single version of her feels like to fight. 1.0 and... Okay, that's normal. Respect, man, for doing that. Normal to see that bug. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I had the experience because I played through each and every single version. Albeit 1.3 was the one version I didn't really play all too much. Why are we teleporting? You dashed to my left. How did we teleport to the right? Oh my god. Anywho. As I was saying, 1.4.0 and 1.0 were the worst versions of the Mantis. By far. If you're doing pre-New Game Plus, 1.4 is pretty much no different from post 1.0. Apart from the fact that until 1.3, mosquitoes would still spawn. So whenever the Mantis would scream, she would summon in mosquitoes. That weren't actually summons, by the way. They just aggroed the mosquitoes, which then brought them into the fight. But yeah, it's diabolical, I'm not gonna lie. 1.0 had pollen, though, and every time you would try to fight her, the game would crash. It was so bad. So bad. I have an idea. Batter the acid. 3-manted god, yoked infused killer. Are those for, your, whatchamacallit? I don't even remember what it was called. Whatever your playgrounds thing was gonna be. Rip, even the game knew she was dangerous. Yes. I'm not gonna lie. Out of every single creature that has ever existed pre-New Game Plus, her and OG Infected Wolf Spider are by far, without a shadow of a doubt, the most dangerous. With the Infected Wolf Spider being the more dangerous of the two. because her explosions used to be completely unblockable, right? And what that meant is she's guaranteed to hit you with all 3 attacks, right? Except there's one problem. There is nothing you can do to actually survive that. Meaning, if you do get hit with that attack, you're just guaranteed to die. Like, what are we doing, man? At least the Mantis, like, you could have a good PC to handle the performance, turn it all the way down, and you could have a chance. Because aside from that, aside from the pollen, which slows you down, meaning you get hit with jumps, she is no different from all the versions before the nerf in 1.4. Batter the acid. Three-manted god, yoked, infused killer. Honestly, I like batter the acid for the name of the raid. TGM. Yeah, the reason 1.4.0, by the way, was... I personally think 1.4.0 was the worst version of the Mantis ever. The reason why is whenever she would hit you with any attack, literally any attack, if she hit you, all of her effects would proc. It does not matter if you parried. It does not matter if it didn't even hit. Or blocked. You would get hit with every single infusion at the same time, and it would be guaranteed to kill you. 99% of the time. You parried an attack? Cool. You're going to die for parrying the attack. You should have just not gotten hit. Absolute troglodyte. Like, what are we doing, man? Gonna try and make 2.0 batter the acid. Black ox horns, 5 boiling glands. Alright. 4,500 science. Wouldn't be a bad payout, that's for sure. If I had to rank... Hold up. There could be a chance of death unless you have a god build turned on. For which one? The battering ram or the mantis? Because there are so many conversations going on at once. That I'll need clarification. Whatever you pick. What do you mean? What do you mean, whatever I pick? In terms of my list for most deadly creatures ever, though, in the history of Grounded, that I've ever killed, I say the most difficult one is definitely the New Game 10 Mantis on WoW. Like, not close. She is the most deadly that I've ever fought. Which is terrifying to me. The next is... Oh, this is a toughie. I think it's the New Game Plus Mascus Mode Wasp Queen. Just because her summons are... They're bad. Her summons are so bad. It's not even funny. After that, it's 1.0 WoW Mode infected wolf spider. Yes, the base 1.0 infected wolf spider beats out the New Game Plus roster and the New Game Plus 10 infected broodmother. I'm not kidding. That thing was a monster. What else? Combos 10 horns, 5 boiling glands. If you want, give it a shot. I'm kind of busy right now, and I'm trying to just grind basic resources. I will on day, whatchamacallit. Why am I blanking? 251. I'll try some waft emitter raids, grind up some science. No, why are we like this? What would be the 5th spot, though? I think Mascus Mode Schmector would be 5th. Like, base Mascus Schmector. Not New Game Plus Mascus Schmector. Base Mascus Mode Schmector. I genuinely think he gets less lethal the more New Game Pluses you go into. Which is a crazy statement, but... let's see, what else? I would say... what is even above that? Or, sorry, below that? Dude, what? What is this? Okay, dude. We get it. You're a dust mite. My god. Honestly, I think OG Wasp Queen might be my 5th spot. Yes, I'm really putting OG Wasp Queen above New Game 10 Infected IBM. Or, Infected Broodmother? Yeah, I'm putting OG Wasp Queen on WoW above the Mascus Infected Broodmother on New Game Plus 10. OG Wasp Queen was... yeah, that fight was just not it. That's all I gotta say. I'm genuinely gonna have to make a tier list of creatures at some point. Go through every challenge and rank the hardest ones I've ever done. That's... why did I do that? And that's how you dodge a dust mite. Anywho, I'm going to go AFK real quick. Alright, I am back. Tell the amount of raw science to buy every single thing on the science shop because I forgot. Got 37 or 30.7 science. Probably cooked if I try to farm science in New Game Plus. What do you mean? Raw science in New Game Plus is the easier bet. I got 18 left. What items do you have? Literally all you need to do is go to the science shop, pull out your calculator app on either your phone or whatever you're playing on, and just do the math. That's the way I do it. Because I don't know what 18 items those are. For all I know, they could all be 500 or 5,000. Yield two very different amounts. Can I move? Thank you. Hi. No, just no. Egg! Hello, Limtrix. More mundane grinding today. You finally killed? Nice. Infected broodmother. W's. 10 sign sets, 5 crafting recipes, and 2 mutations. Okay, mutations are about 4,000 if I remember. No, mutations are 3,000. Yeah, 3,000 to 3,500. We'll call it that. Plus 45,000 for the sign sets. Plus... How many did you say you had? You have 5 of those. Okay. What I missed. I just went AFK for a little bit. And you said you have 5 of those? 2 would equal... Okay. 2,500. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got about 70-ish K left. So, grind 40K more. TGM. There's about 40 widows that you ought to kill. Oh, shut up, mosquitoes. Nobody cares about your existence. My little brother, who never fought a grounded boss, tried helping. How did he try helping? And did it turn out disastrously? Fair lol, yeah. This is like whenever my friend Leo tries to help me. No offense to the guy, but whenever he tries helping me on fighting a wolf spider, it ends up getting us both killed. Me because of lag and, you know, WoW mode. WoW mode lag tier 1 only is... don't even get me started. And him because he's not that skilled yet. We got to phase 3 a few times, but I had to go solo because of its health. Yeah. Dude, it's genuinely diabolical how the health scales. It's an automatic 2 times health if you have 2 people with you. And it's about 4 times. I made 4,500 science every raid. Okay. If you can actually feasibly do that raid, you should have 16 raids. If you can do that 16 times, you're golden. You'll also get a ton of ox horns too. I wouldn't recommend using ox horns though. Just because they're expensive. Try using like maybe roly-poly shells instead. That would probably be better. Why do I need lint? To fill up my chest. I have a... That was... What just happened, dude? That is the fattest coincidence I have ever seen. That is going into the no... That is... Nah, that's going into no context. 110 billion% that is going into no context. What the hell? Nah. It's like making a profit from Matrix store work. I really need to step up my game. Yeah. Nah, dude. That was funny. I'm not gonna lie. That normally would've... Something like that would've pissed me off. That was funny. I can't lie. Hey, little miss. Fuck, I missed. No. At least she fell off. I learned to always carry a telepotty with me. Oh yeah, absolutely. Carrying a telepotty and having one that just immediately goes back to your base. Oh my god. The resource collection efficiency you get from that is stupid. You can just harvest anything you want and it doesn't matter because you can just go home. You don't have an inventory anymore once you get it. It's so good. Nah, lint goes everywhere. Lint. Oh, where is the lint? No, thank you. Cost of duping twinkling shells. Not enough to justify duping them. I'm pretty sure it's about, yeah, 1,000. The only thing I would recommend duping, if you're gonna do that, dupe ox horns. Because that's 1,500, and they are way harder to get. Because if you were to do, like, basic loot luck build against the scarabs and the undershed, you average about 26 per run. Every 2 days. Every... about 4 in-game days, you're able to upgrade... No, it would be... Every time you go to get muscle sprouts, you're able to upgrade 3 weapons. To give you, like, a little comparison for how... Like, you do not need to dupe scarab shells. Dupe the ox horns instead. Save yourself the time. This is not worth it. Fun fact, there is a wolf spider right there. I think. Yep, right here. Yeah, the undershed pipe is actually busted. You average about 26 every single time. It's 22 on a low-end day, so... And again, you can do that every 2 in-game days, so... I probably should do. First off, what is this doing here? Also, fun fact, you can actually huck pollen. It's actually very, very good for stunning flying creatures. Kind of busted, honestly. Tons of lint, and yet not nearly enough. Low key, get the lucky hat whilst you can. Dissection expert, then go to the undershed. Yeah, that's... I don't use the lucky hat on its own, too. I like to use the aphid slippers. Because A, it's quick, and B... Oh my god, the amount of aphid meat you collect. The amount of aphid meat you collect is disgusting. 6 per kill on average. And they don't even run away. Like, what? In what world is that fair? Got this. I got lucky hat on day 92. And I'm going hella load of shells, yeah. Ant massacre all over again? What? Oh, yeah. Look, I told you that that was an indirect hit. We got plenty of those. That, and technically, I should have never gotten that. Wrong topic? What do we mean? Do you mean like the Anthill Massacre, or when I just murdered the entire anthill? Am I slow? Yeah, that's fair. Which, by the way, my new favorite way to do that is to just completely disregard any and all infused ants. And, basically what I'll go ahead and do, I'll take a level 9 Sizzle Striker on New Game Plus 4 Mascus mode. Level 9 Sizzle Striker. And then I'll just be like, okay, let me kill all the non-infused ants. And then if an infused ant comes up, I just prioritize that, get them to run away, and then we bing Chilin. Also, I need this regardless, so... And then once it's time to actually kill the infused ants, the best strat is to use the Sizzle Striker combined with the Bard's Bow Splinter Arrows. Splinter Arrows because it's cheap. Feather Arrows work too, though. It's just Splinter Arrows work better. actually just gonna cut all of them. That's tragic. I actually need that. What am I doing? Okay, we'll cut you down instead. I want to build a giant plate of burr floors over the yard. Good luck on that endeavor, because that is gonna take ages to grind up. It's a wasp overhead. I actually do need to kill wasps. Sticky waspidotes. That one almost aggroed. Gotten way too close for comfort on aggro range, man. What are we doing? Anywho, that is gonna be where I end it for today, unfortunately. So, I hope you enjoyed. If you like the stream, like it. If you disliked it, dislike it. And for those of you watching the VODs, peace.